So we are now back with our quiz, part 2, listening. Listen to the introduction to a show called Quiz Night and answer the questions. How long do the contestants have to say if the sentences are true or false? 5 seconds? 10 seconds? How much do they win if they get the first answer right, then the second answer right, the third answer, and all 8 answers? So is it the same money or does it increase? Is it double? Let's find out. Okay. If they get an answer wrong, how much do they lose? I mean, in some quizzes you get one answer wrong and you lose everything. What can a contestant do if they're not sure of the answer? I bet it's phone a friend, or it could be 50, no, it can't be 50-50 because I think there's going to be 3 answers. Okay, let's listen and find out.
Good evening, welcome to Quiz Night. Tonight's show comes from Manchester. And our first contestant is Eddie from Chorley. Hi Eddie, are you nervous?
No, not really. I think I'm well prepared.
Well, let's hope so. The rules are the same as always. I'm going to read you some sentences and you have 10 seconds to say if the sentence is true or false. If you get the first answer right, you win £100. Then for each correct answer, you double your money. So if you get the second answer right, you win £200. And for the third correct answer, you win £400. For 8 correct answers, you win £12,800. But if you get an answer wrong, you lose all the money. Oh. Remember, you can also phone a friend. So if you're not sure about one of the answers, you can phone your friend to help you. Is that okay, Eddie?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, shall we put the answers up? Here they come. You can press pause, do your own answers. You can listen to it again. You can listen without the text as well. You don't need to look at all this. And then when you're ready, here come the answers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds to answer the question. For the first correct answer, you get £100, then £200, double, then £400. So if you get all of the questions correct, you get £12,800. But if you get a question wrong, you lose all the money. If you don't know the answer, you can phone a friend. Okay, we'll come back with a quiz in just a moment. Okay, so before we listen to Quiz Night, I want you to look at these 8 questions. These are the questions that are coming up. For example, number 1, a whale can make a louder noise than a lion. If you think it's true, put a T here. If you think it's false, write F. If we can go true all the way, if we can get the right answers all the way through, not true all the way through, to the 8th answer, then we would win £12,800. Have you got all your answers? Have you got a friend to phone? Let's listen to this. This is a 6-minute long recording, okay? So here it comes.
Okay, Eddie. First question for £100. A whale can make a louder noise than a lion. True or false?
A whale can make a louder noise than a lion. True.
Correct! Blue whales can make a sound of up to 188 decibels, whereas a lion's roar is never more than 114 decibels. Roar! Now, for £200. The First World War was shorter than the Second World War. True or false?
I think it's true.
Correct! It's true. The First World War lasted 4 years, from 1914 to 1918, but the Second World War lasted 6 years, from 1939 to 1945. Next for £400. The American film industry is bigger than the Indian film industry.
I think it's false. You know, Bollywood and all that is huge. I think it's false.
Correct! The Indian film industry is much bigger than the American one. It produces about 1,000 films every year, which is double what Hollywood produces. In fact, America isn't even the second country that makes the most films, which is Nigeria. Next for £800. In July, Edinburgh is hotter than Sydney. True or false?
In July, Edinburgh is hotter than Sydney. True.
Correct! The average temperature in July in Edinburgh is 15 degrees, and in Sydney it's 13 degrees. Of course, Australia's in the southern hemisphere, so it's winter there. Next, for £1,600, silver is heavier than gold. True or false?
True. No, false.
Do you want to phone a friend?
No, I think it's false. I remember from science lessons at school. Gold is heavier than silver.
Correct! Gold weighs about 19 grams per cubic centimetre, and silver weighs only 10.5 grams. That means that gold is almost twice as heavy as silver. Okay, for £3,200, the mountain K2 is more difficult to climb than Mount Everest.
True.
Correct! 30% of the people who try to climb K2 die, usually on the way down, whereas only 5% of the people who try to climb Everest die. Okay, Eddie, now for £6,400. Driving in Italy is more dangerous than driving in Belgium. True or false?
I think that's a trick question. We all think the Italians drive really fast, but maybe they're good drivers. I think it's false.
Well done, Eddie! It may be hard to believe, but in fact, out of every 100,000 people, 6 people died because of car accidents in Italy, compared to 7 in Belgium. And finally, the last question. Be very careful, Eddie. If you get it right, you win £12,800. But if you get it wrong, you get nothing. Are you ready?
Yes, ready.
Okay, for £12,800. It's better to do exercise in the morning than in the afternoon. Quickly, Eddie, your time is nearly up.
I think it's false, but I'm not sure. I want to phone a friend.
Right, Eddie? So, who do you want to call?
Sandra.
Is she your girlfriend?
Yes, she is.
Okay, then. Hello? Is that Sandra?
Yes, it is.
I'm phoning from quiz night. Eddie needs some help. You have 30 seconds, Eddie. Here she is.
Hi, Sandra?
Yes?
Listen, it's the last question. It's better to do exercise in the morning than in the afternoon. True or false? I think it's false.
I think it's true. I always see people running in the park in the morning.
Google it, quickly on your phone.
What do I put in?
Just that sentence and see what comes up. It's better to do exercise in the morning than in the afternoon. Come on.
Yes, I'm writing it. Oh, sorry, I just got a message.
Hurry up, Sandra.
Time's up, I'm afraid. Okay, Eddie. So, true or false?
True.
Final answer?
Final answer. True.
I'm sorry, Eddie, it's false. Oh. It's better to do exercise in the afternoon between 4 and 5. Eddie, you had £6,400, but now you go home with nothing.
Why did I phone Sandra?
Okay, did you win the money? Yeah, these are the answers. Okay, now I want you to think about the grammar. What's the grammar here? Look at the adjectives in the quiz night sentences and think about the answers to these questions. What 2 letters do you put at the end of a 1-syllable adjective to compare 2 things? Loud, louder. What are those 2 letters? Why is the spelling of big different? What happens to the spelling when an adjective ends in a consonant plus Y, for example, heavy? What word do you put in front of long adjectives? We don't say dangerouser, do we? What do we say? What's the comparative form of good? And what's the missing word? China is bigger Japan. Okay, we'll get the answers in a moment, but you think about your answers. They're coming up in just a moment, and then in the next part, in the next video, we will look at the grammar. Okay.